All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Chihayafuru, Season 1, Episode 3. Okay, we have formed an alliance of sorts.
Yes.
An understanding. These three can be friends.
Yeah.
Awesome.
A secret has been kept.
Yep.
A decision was made. But this was all in the past, quite a while ago.
Right.
That too. But they all have their own kind of connection and reason for playing, or maybe have recently pulled away from Karuta.
Yeah.
So, where do we follow up with things in high school?
Right.
Because, obviously Chihaya's trying to start a club. She's trying to
keep it going. Yep.
So that's going to be fun. That's her struggle right now. But we've also got the boys and the way that they connect with Chihaya in the present.
Right. And probably not too much with each other.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
guessing not.
Kind of got off to a bit of a rough start.
Yeah. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh, we still got them as kids.
All right. That is an adorable hat.
Oh.
Not with that kind of attitude.
Aw. But in a lot of ways, this is something that's going to encourage him. No. Yeah. Bruh. These people are
Not here.
serious. You got people with like the fits specifically for sports,
Wait, Chihayafuru is the sports anime? Always has been.
Always has been, yeah. You know what I would fear the most if I was good at Karuta?
Yeah?
An ambidextrous person. Oh, this voice actor. This is
Iskandar?
yeah, I think so. No, it's not Iskandar. It's somebody else. It's Oh! And young children at best.
私、あ行とな行の半分くらいしか覚えてなくて。ちはや、それ行。
試合形式メインなのに話にならないよ。
そんなことは試合してから言え、ヒョロくん。ちはや、ヒーローだ。3対3の源平戦で。わだや、やっても負けるだけだ。何言ってんの、太一。負けないよ。もちろんやるなら勝つ。はあ。
Fresh blood.
源平戦っていうのはチーム戦で。札を50枚ずつに分けて。
おい、そんなことも知らないのかよ。
うっさい、ヒョロくん。
Yeah.
これマシマの目の前に置く分。担当分ってやつか。3段に並べて。この札いいで。並べたら15分。暗記時間取ります。
15 minutes. Oh.
覚えるための時間なんや。これができんと話にならん。自陣も敵陣もや。覚えるって。
Oh my gosh.
ちょっと来て。まだ全然覚えてないよ。
Not about that. Yeah.
似てもいいんや。外で作戦会議するで。
Nice.
まず、千早担当にした札は最初の無とかスとか読まれたらすぐに取りに名前あるんや。
Dope.
あ行の二次決まりを回してるで。
Yeah, he's giving you basically a readout here.
大山札って言われる6次決まりの札を回してる。君方目とか出だし5時が同じ2枚の札があって、
Okay.
大山札って呼ばれてる。マシマも山張っていいで。読まれたらすぐ取りに行って。
Cool. I like that they highlight the specific kanji at the top there.
お手つきだったらどうすんだよ。
That's fine.
大丈夫。
Yeah.
仕切りやがって。
Yeah, don't get left behind.
Yep.
作戦なんか立てなくても、ワトよ一人でヒョロ君足手まといいない方が楽に勝てんじゃねえの。
チームになってみたくての。
I've been doing this all by myself all along, and I get to do this with you guys. club. No,
It took too
anybody,
long.
anybody can go for it.
Right.
しまった山が外れた大丈夫僕があっちの当たり札取ったででも
Oh
お手つけ
my
やから
gosh.
あっちから1枚をプラマイゼロになるわ大山札は僕も取りに行くプラマイゼロならいいで
What?
チームだこの野郎
I mean,
He's
it is kind of a team, but not, yeah, not really. Yeah, it's so beautiful!
掘り出し物が来てくれてのガッツポーズだろあのメガネ君
He's really good.
次は負けないよ
Yeah. They're competing against each other.
right, right. The other team's like, hey, what?
こんなの頑張ることないのに
This is just a club. This is just a club.
Right, right, exactly.
俺らに期待なんてしてないのに
If you can't win, don't try.
やった当たりの方取ったぞわたや
He almost guessed the wrong one.
太一ナイス
Well done, buddy. Yeah.
Huh? He's covering for you.
Even out your breathing. Yep.
See the code.
聞け
She did it really fast.
Uh-huh.
符が聞こえる
Yeah.
先生私生まれ
She actually did it almost at like
She was probably just listening, like, just for the
the f.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the.
しか動いてなかった
What was that?
私の1枚目だ
Girl is precognitive. Like,
前やった時も
He's like, wait a
yeah.
minute.
気抜いてたわけじゃないの一時決まりでは千早に負ける
Because she actually doesn't have any lag with regards to like.
ありがとうございました
Yeah, they're very passionate. So they get.
マイシカ
ヒョ
Oh
ロ君
my
あごめん
god.
ヒロ君
He quit
It's okay.
Karuta.
A prodigy showed up, you know?
Yeah.
バタヤあなた小6です
小
Oh.
1から小5まで学年別で毎年全国優勝してるやつ
Whoa.
それだけじゃない
Yeah. His family name, yeah.
80年代に7連覇した永世名人福井の綿谷はじめさんのお孫さんか
カルタが全然覚えられないの
Uh,
増えていくとこんがらがって100個なんて絶対無理で
バッチリ覚えてるのもあるだろう
Knows exactly how to encourage it.
自分と関わりの深い歌は誰より早く取れるようになる100人友達ができたと思って仲良くなりなさい
yeah. That's actually a really good way to think about it, yeah.
俺は塾とかあってでも来ますできるだけ来ます
3月には大会もあるから頑張って練習
Whoa.
Okay.
担任チームの団体戦だ、
Mm.
6年生の出られる最後の大会だね
源平戦じゃなくて総当たり戦やから3人のうち2人勝たんとあかん
Oh.
どっちかちゃんと勝つんやろな
Whoa.
これは特訓やな
Yes.
Yeah. Dokun!
あんた遅いよ
What an outfit.
CM のオーディションだから服いっぱい買ってもらっちゃったのこれとかよくない本当にお姉ちゃんの一番のファンね
Always have been.
Yep.
お姉ちゃんが日本一になることなんて言うのかしら
I have my own dream now.
No.
お姉ちゃんごめん私やりたいことがある何考えてんのあの子
Oh.
まあいいじゃないの珍しく何かに興味持ってるんだし
Yeah.
私のことすごいすごいって言ってりゃいいのよ
Wait.
千早
What?
I don't
Get,
want to
get the
lose my
fuck out of
number
here
one
with that
fan.
attitude.
お父さんお帰りなさい
And you see the cards all back there, yeah.
ねえ綿谷君はさ
あらた
Yeah.
あらたや
Yeah.
じゃあ俺もあらたいいよな
Yeah, yeah.
He's got the eyes drawn on his eyelids. Oh no, that's just his eyes.
Yeah.
大丈夫か
ずっと一緒にカルタしようね
And they each take a hand, yeah. was all fun and games when we were young, wasn't it?
Yep.
どうしたの？真島くん、海面生中学受かったんだって。
Oh yeah, they're really young.
海面生受かってて行かないばかいないよ。通学に1時間半かかってもね。行かないよね、そんなとこ。先生んとこでカルタできなくなっちゃうよ。
Yeah.
Of course I'm going.
カルタできなくなったって海面生行くに決まってんじゃん。
はい。新た、なんか太一がさ、一緒にカルタできなくなってもいいとか言うな冗談さ。僕も福井のじいちゃん倒れてもて。
Oh
卒業した
no.
ら福井に帰る。カルタはできん。じいちゃん、
Yeah.
大丈夫か？
なんか脳溢血って言うんやって。
Oh geez, no, he's dying.
大会なんか出ないよ。
ちはや。
今日千早ちゃんは
俺のせいで。
僕のせいなんや。
俺のせいだっつってんだろ。
僕が福井帰るで。
調子乗ってんだよ。
出ない。
Oh, that transition. Oh.
鳥になるならカルタなんか楽しくない。
Yeah, that's what Wataya's whole thing was.
Yep.
返さなきゃと思って。
あの海明星に受かるなんて毎週カルタ会に来てて受かるような学校じゃないんだよ。あ、流れ星
Oh!
見てなかったの？ダメだな。
Ah, too slow.
メガネ君のおじいさんはカルタの衛星名人ですごい人なんだよ。メガネ君はそのおじいさんに教えてもらってあそこまで強くなったんだ。
Like flawless technique and everything.
だからどれだけ心配だろう。あ、また流れ星。
Yeah, his hero, basically.
ひどい先
You gotta have better reflexes, yeah.
君が辞めたら私も寂しいよ。
Oh, there goes one.
Yeah.
たわけじゃないからな。俺がお金出してお前が字書いただけだからな。大丈夫かよ。こんな小さな大会お前なら大丈夫。いや、全国大会で準優勝したんや。今やったらやばいかも。
はいこれ。何？今朝真島くんが来てね。
Yeah!
どこか出かけるって言ってなかった。ちょっとちはや。
Yeah!
あの二人が勝てばいいんですけど。勝つつもりだったのにな。負けるの嫌で来ないんじゃねえの？
ざけんなよてめえ。ちはや遅れてるだけだ。
Well, okay.
だっていないじゃん。肉まん買ってこよ。
肉まんは私に負けてからにして。
What? Instant transmission!
遅えんだよちはや。
だって開かずの踏切が20分も開かないんだもん。
Yeah, don't lie. Yeah.
二人して私のこと置いてけぼりにして。こんなに寂しいのは私だけじゃないよね。
Oh.
今を春べと立ち別れ。
All right, they're doing okay. They're doing okay.
終わりたくない。
Yeah.
終わりたくない。終わりたくない。
おい大丈夫かよ。
I'm so glad that there's a team version
ほ
of
ら
this
これかぶって。
Yeah.
sport too. Because that's the thing that I really resonate with sports anime.
あげたかったな。
Yeah.
ごめん。俺が勝ってれば。
ちはやもなんか言って。
Oh.
もっと3人でカルタがしたかったよ。なんで泣くんや。
The pain of a loss.
楽しかったが。
Now all the feelings come out.
あらた、お母さんら大家さんにご挨拶してくるから、先帰って箱詰めしといて。明日引っ越しやから自分。
Wow.
あなた、私とカルタしてよ、あなた。真剣勝負。片付け忙しい。
I will make room.
5歳相手でも手加減せん男や。
Yeah.
何言わずに。
I love that side of him.
Yeah.
イチゴを仕切って。
知ってるよ。間の取り方だろ。今を春べと昨夜この花いにしえの。
Also, I love that Taichi is now the one like helping the two of them play.
言ったが勝つのは僕や。やろさ。テープがある。テープがカルタで名人になるのが。負けない。私だってあなたに出会ってカルタ大好きになったんだよ。
Yeah. It's the card. Yeah.
Chihayafuru.
同時の時は札置いてある陣の勝ちだって先
Yeah. This is mine.
ほら話してよ。私たち
Oh.
カルタを
Yeah.
一緒にしてくれ
I'm
て
so glad I get to do
あり
this.
がと
Yeah.
な。千早も太一も多分もう会えん。なんで
Yeah.
私たちにはカルタがあるからまた会えるんじゃないの
Yeah, nobody plays this fucking sport, so we're
Right.
gonna see each other again,
Yeah.
you bastard.
続けてたらまた会える。
Uh-huh.
絶対会えるよ。
Actually true. Yeah, it's not unreasonable for you to say that, Chihaya.
Yeah. Uh-huh. We'll always have this sport. What was that Taichi said in the first episode?
Fuck Tai Chi. I don't care. Like, I'm here for Chihaya's heart.
Yep.
Damn, I love that everybody glowed up like so much. Like, obviously this is that shoujo, you know, like, if we're
Right.
gonna have a love triangle, we gotta have the boys
Oh, no,
actually
they're
be
hot.
like, oh
Yeah.
no, they're hot, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but it's literally the like, we've got Strawberry, not, you know,
Yeah.
a Jujutsu Kaisen protagonist here.
Right.
And then we've got Chihaya, who's also your Lion April, you know, like.
Oh yeah. I feel like I'm forgetting so many, but yeah, it's
Like they all have their specific archetype. They are, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to hit us with a triple cry.
Oh yeah.
That's real. That's
below
real
the belt.
considerate of you, Chihayafuru.
Yeah.
I see your game. I'm
Uh-huh.
on to you. But damn it, it's episode 3. Like,
Right. Yeah.
like I resisted the first 2, and I was like,
Yeah. No, I got this. I'm still going strong.
but it was
Critical damage, but I'm in
It was
shape. Yeah.
Arata's or Wataya's
Yep.
little bit here of where I could tell when he started to cry. I was like, oh yeah, because he's never had this, and that's why
Nope.
he just
And-
leaps to attention. He's like, oh, you get to play? Okay, I get to do this.
And also, you know, his grandpa is dying. You know,
Well,
like
yes, obviously, Jacob. But
Yeah.
it's the thing of that, like, when you have a passion for something, and you can do it by yourself,
Yep.
you'll do it by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need other people there.
Nope.
Yeah, I love the way in which certain things can enable that. But when your passion is something like, well, D&D, for instance.
Oh yeah. The number
D&D's
of
a
characters that I made by myself.
a great example of this. Yeah,
Yep.
Jacob and I have an addiction.
Yes.
We'll just admit it here. We have an addiction to making characters in D&D.
Yeah.
And it's not even just specifically like the act of making characters. It's making like the templates of the characters. So we can make them not just quickly. We can make them so quickly that we'll be like, oh no, I sneezed out 7 characters in, an hour.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll be like, oh, I'm never going to use any of these because you just can't have enough time or even enough people, different groups of people to play this game with.
I think I was like 16 or something when I didn't even have the books with me, but I made a character sheet
your
from
head.
memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is
I feel that.
This is the worst part. And then I tried to run a game for myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to admit my things that I did.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So here
I made imaginary. I'm gonna admit it. I made imaginary people to play the
Oh, really?
characters. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
No, I don't have a problem. No, I wasn't like going and like being like, oh, I would do this.
Yeah,
Oh,
doing
I
the
would do
doing
this.
the Gary's chess or whatever.
Yes,
Pixar
it is
skit.
exactly the
Yeah.
Gary's Chess Pixar skit.
Yeah.
It was not at all depressing and stuff because like
Yeah.
I was doing it not even in the D&D sense, but in like because I didn't even have like rules or things
sure.
like that. I was just like doing my equivalent of a TTRPG before I knew what TTRPG even was.
Right.
Ugh. So
Yeah.
fucking this show giving me Fox and the Hound
Yes,
vibes.
yep. I didn't even need to make the reference to it. I
Yeah.
didn't even need to. I was, yep. I love it. I love that it was just, it's right there. It's right there.
There's one movie. There's one animated movie that's not innately meant to be that sad. It's Fox and the Hound. And for whatever reason, I think as an adult, it hits you way harder than it hits you as a kid. Because I think Fox and the Hound is made specifically for those, like, 8 to 9-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not really made
Copper
specifically
and Todd, we play together, and yeah.
Yeah. But the genius of it is that when you grow up and you realize after you've moved a couple times, after you've switched schools, after you've switched environments, after you've switched friend groups and stuff, that moment when you say you'll always be friends forever and you then have to say goodbye, and you acknowledge that because of life, because of the inconveniences of life, the environmental change and all that, you will not be friends with them forever.
Right.
It's nothing to do with them not wanting to be friends with you either. It's about the fact that they're going to have only so much time to then dedicate to if you move, say across the country, if you move, say, 100 miles away or something like that.
Yeah.
That's just the way things are.
And the thing is, you never know when the Fox and the Hound feels are going to strike, right?
You never do, no.
I remember with After the Rain, it's like, oh yeah, show. And then suddenly you're like, wait, what are they doing with this side character? And suddenly it's like, all right, and now my heart is a mess. And here, oh hey, Chihayafuru. Is that maybe what this entire show is about? Who knows? We'll have to keep watching.
We'll have to keep watching, won't we?
Yeah.
But I'm worried because I really am down for the campy, dumbass love triangle nonsense with the sports anime backdrop as they try to be the best no one ever was.
They all love the sport so much. Yes. It's because of you that I fell in love with this sport.
Oh, yes, the sport. Yes, no, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that thing there. I'm not dumb that they all have a crush on Chihaya. Clearly, I'm acknowledging the love triangle here, Jacob. But, God, can we at least, get a break before we go straight into, what? They're, 11 years old and they're already, having these deep emotions and stuff?
Right.
It's like... No, you're supposed to be so idealistic and dumb as a kid that you think yeah, we'll just be friends forever. This is going to be great. Yeah. And then 2 weeks after they've been gone, you're crying in your room because you're wait, but we'll see each other soon, right? Right?
Distance won't make us
different
become
or change
different or feel like strangers after a while.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love that we are also giving us the show, the anime is giving us enough space to enjoy the Karuta and watch them get more proficient at it.
Oh yeah.
Because I still do think that I'm still a little bit not as invested in the details of the game yet. So if they keep drip feeding it at this pace, I'm gonna need a little bit more of a jolt in that regard. But that's fine. I understand that we're still also in the past. We're not actually caught up to the present.
We're having a point in time where the characters, or some of the characters, don't have a great grasp of how Karuta works, and so we can just give the basics and then show them playing, and it's like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Maybe once we go back to the present, then, it'll be that, all right, let's go into the details as, we get into the ins and outs of, trying to be the best like no one ever was.
Were they in high school or were they junior high in the first episode?
I believe it was high school.
Okay, cool. So we're getting 2 potential time skips in the future.
Potentially.
Because they're transitioning from elementary school into middle school, basically.
Right.
Or
yeah.
Into, the
right,
equivalent of junior high.
Because there's no junior high in Japan.
There's no junior high in Japan.
Right, so it's basically, they're going into middle school, and they're not going to be seeing each other, and then, the
it's going to be 3 years.
Right, so, and then the show starts with high school.
And they're going to do another 3 years in high school, but at least it seems like in high school they're starting out generally already in their first year or their second year.
Probably somewhere around there. I imagine if it's
middle of their first year or something.
If it's something where Chihaya is trying to start a Karuta club, then that's probably the first year.
It could be.
It doesn't have to be.
I think also just in terms of, the meta of anime, they're like, give us 3 years to let the characters develop.
Yeah, if you start in 3rd year of high school, that's... You do that for romance anime where they're going to be growing up soon. Oh wait, hang on. You do that for
Nice. I very much want the focus to remain though on the interpersonal drama. So I like that while this is a very emotionally gut-wrenching episode, that was still the focus.
Yeah.
because you could tell that while the characters really want to be together, there's this competitive aspect where Chihaya is passionate about Karuta, which makes Taichi frustrated because she's jumping so headlong into this thing that he doesn't fully understand. So he's kind of chasing her coattails, if you will, as Chihaya is chasing with Wataya, who's just really excited to have all these people that he gets to play with, and he doesn't feel lonely anymore.
Right.
Now they're all going to feel lonely again after they all split up for a bit of time.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though they all have very different reasons for wanting to be together.
Yep.
That little thing uniting them can bring about some cool things maybe in the long run. But I think the part that, gives me that hope here is that, well, the one person who didn't change at all is Chihaya. We know that for a fact. She's absolutely freaking in love with Karuta, even to be like a wild person in high school and stuff. So that's good. She's going to be carrying the heart and spirit of this story.
Absolutely.
But I am curious to see what an older adult Arata or Wataya, I have to settle on which of his names I'm going to use. Do you use first or last name primarily for him?
Well, I don't know, because when I watched this, it was binging it by myself on my laptop, so I didn't really talk to anybody about the characters, so I didn't refer to the characters.
So this is when you say thank you for watching anime with me.
There we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think Arata, I feel like given that both Taichi and Chihaya have been like, all right, we're calling you Arata.
Then we can call him Arata then.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm asking you for permission to use his first name, Like,
oh man, I think so everything between the three main characters in this episode, I absolutely love. I love that also they could have theoretically gone back to the present after the previous episode, but they didn't. We get this episode to make it so that we understand, right? We have the reason for the time skip and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Love it. I love the Doctor though. The Doctor's so sweet. The idea of like the older dude who's like helping to run this thing, and then some people come in that are actually passionate about it, and it's like awesome, great. Like
you're so welcome here.
Yeah. We only get like 1 to 2 people a year. Like because I started fencing recently. Very similar thing there. Where like it's a very like. Yeah, everybody that's there knows who's there because they've been there for years, and it's still a very small group, right? Because not a lot of people join. And so then when someone joins and they're like, okay, are they going to get past the 3 months of footwork when they can actually like hold the foil and then, oh, okay, yeah, you're actually sticking around. Awesome. Yeah.
Because there's probably a high turnover rate in the beginning bit.
Right.
But then it's the, once you're in it, you're sticking around. And then it's the, when someone leaves and they've been there for like 8 years, it's like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like going away party and like, right. Yep. So I feel that. I feel that. And so and also just, I feel like that's what a lot of us anime fans felt when we liked anime back in that time before it was popular and everything, right? Before it was cool, and it's the, I like anime, but like, I can't let anybody see that I'm watching anime, right? Like,
right. It's weird because in a lot of ways, I feel like I only know that because the person who introduced me to anime kind of gave me that impression. Like it was the thing of like this, hey, you should try checking out this thing that I really like. And I'm like, oh, okay. But because I was introduced to anime back in like 2008, 2009, in a lot of ways, anime was just about to like burst onto the scene in terms of more mainstream stuff with a lot of the 2012, 2000.
Sort of in Attack on Titan, basically.
One Punch Man.
Sure, that was the year after, yeah.
What else was really big in the West around that time?
Yeah, those were
those were the 3.
12, 13, 14, It
was a wild
That was an explosion,
but that being said, in a lot of ways, because I saw the transition so early, I'm also, I don't think, as cynical about that. I know a lot of people specifically who are very attached to the idea of something staying the same.
Right. I was stuffed in school lockers because of this,
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to share it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I get where that comes from, but it's a really special thing to have somebody like the Doctor, like you're saying, who leaps for joy and cries with exuberance when people join in for your hobby. And I feel like in a lot of ways that's something of a thing that I felt like I've tried to take up almost because of the channel, of like hey, I've always found passion to be something that needs to like fan the flame of, you know, keep it strong.
Yep.
But I don't feel like I really like cared about it to the extent that I do now, because of watching like certain anime.
Sure.
And I feel like there's a few anime that I can very easily like name and go.
Haikyuu.
Yeah, and as well as a few others that are like, oh, I get it. This is why not just clubs, but the idea of groups of people celebrating each other's passion is so important.
Yeah.
Because passion is actually a very lonely thing. There's an element of where when passion turns into competence, and then competence turns into like a competitive like desire to like you know, perform, that then performance can often lead to people going like, what are you doing? There's no gain to be had here.
Right.
Go back down. Tall poppy syndrome, basically.
Sure.
And that's kind of what happened with the sister, of being like, but why is she doing this? There's nothing to be gained here.
Why weren't you just being my fan?
Well, I don't even really fucking care about that line. I'm talking about just the passion of like, oh, but you're getting into something and it's like passionate. The sister might not actually be that passionate about modeling.
Sure.
It's just something that she's good at.
Right.
And she
gets that
validation.
Validation, yeah.
Exactly. And I think that there's a difference between doing something for validation, but doing something because you're passionate about it.
Yes. And that's where I feel like the whole Karuta fencing thing hits home for me, because when I see people that are like you've dedicated your life to becoming a master of fencing and all that stuff, you're not even doing it in the sport aspect. So there is no
Nothing
reason to do this other than because you love it. Right? Like really no reason. And when you think about spending 30 years of your life to, you know, really dedicate yourself to knowing exactly how to do something that's been passed down since ye olden times and all that stuff, it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense. And so with something like Karuta, where it's like, and
like, it's usually just because you don't find that thing as fun or interesting, and then it just
and maybe that's also where some of the, to circle it back to the whole gatekeeping side of things, maybe that's where some of the gatekeeping comes from, because it's I both got comfortable and grew to love the fact that this was my secret thing, and that there wasn't necessarily any reason, anything pushing me to love this thing. I just love it. And now that I'm actually feeling like there's a current of a lot of people just loving this thing, well, hang on. Okay. Like that maybe feels like it changes something for you, right? You're losing something.
Yeah, it's actually something that I've found to be really interesting, even with social media. This is going a bit off into the weeds here, so sorry, I'll pull it right back. But people will be like, I'm not going to go and experience this media here because I don't like the fandom. I don't like the dialogue surrounding it. But the medium and the art and the media itself doesn't care about what those people say or do. Like, it really doesn't. Like, it doesn't. So, like, there's an element where I feel a little bit people actually are getting it twisted sometimes in maybe even consuming media for validation rather than actually because they love it and are passionate about it.
Sure, because like there are definitely things where it's like part of my enjoyment of, say, Final Fantasy 14 is because I love the fandom of Final Fantasy 14, right?
Sure.
And so that elevates the experience as a whole, right? And so I could totally see myself, you know, when there's situations like that, to go after this thing because you're like, that fandom looks like they're having a great time.
That's an interactive medium where the actual community is a part of the art and the experience itself. I'm talking about people saying they think MHA is cringe because they don't like certain parts of the fandom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you can absolutely like an anime and not like the fandom.
Right.
But I feel like there's something to be said that if you're really passionate about a thing, like if you're really passionate about a thing, you don't care what other people think about your way you think about that thing.
Well, and if anything, maybe the situation with the fandom thing, because I think if most people, if they get to the point where they really love something, the fandom it's easier to ignore. But when it comes to the I want to immerse myself in this thing, but then you don't necessarily feel like you get the space for it because other people because of the fandom. Like in Taichi's case, for instance, right? He used to really like Karuta because he was the best at it in his school, right?
Yeah, he got the validation.
He got all the validation from it.
Because he was better than everyone
right,
else.
And then suddenly Aruta comes along and he's like, oh, I'm not the best anymore. I'm not getting the validation for it.
It's also against what his parents told him of only do something if you're going to win. And
yes.
He's like, oh, well, I can't win against this guy,
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, I suddenly I don't want to do it nearly
as
much.
Chihaya really cares about it, so her passion is sweeping me up into it.
Right, which is great because it's that whole thing of like the showing the ways in which Taichi is basically going against the decisions of his parents, even at this young age when he doesn't realize that that's what it is that he's doing.
Yep.
Like the character writing in this show is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
And it's that thing where it's like, and I'm really excited to re-experience this show because I don't actually remember all that much of it because, it's that whole binging late at night by yourself kind of a thing, right?
Sure.
It just sort of becomes this general experience, right? Yeah. I really want to see all of those little details with the characters because it's so fun, and I want to see the way in which it evolves when we see these characters in high school.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a good thinking show, and it's a good feeling show.
Yes.
So, really excited that we're watching it. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.